Speaking during the presentation of 70 bags of rice, 78 pairs of footwear and other items at a session held at the office of the National Security ONS at Tower Hill in Freetown, the chairman of the Sierra Leone Ex-Service Association overseas SLESAO, retired Captain Josiah, said the gesture was to complement government's effort in providing support for the disaster-affected survivors. Dilating on the specific objectives of the formation of SLESAO, Chairman Josiah told his audience that in the past decades, ex-servicemen and women in Sierra Leone were deprived of certain privileges which resulted to their present deplorable status. He said as an organization with ex-service in the diaspora, they are well determined and poised to create the necessary awareness for government to help change the status quo of their compatriots.
In 2014, out of grave concerns and continuous reports from the condition of ex-servicemen and women in Sierra Leone, we, colleagues overseas, decided to come together to form this organization for one primary purpose, and that was to draw the attention of government to the conditions of ex-servicemen and women in this country. We realized that the post-war activities were primarily the dismissal of a huge number of ex-servicemen and women without a commensurate pension to match the rate of inflation. And so a lot of them were struggling with day-to-day feeding of their family and even getting jobs. Most of them were young and out of service and could not find a job. And so we created this organization primarily to draw the attention and the awareness of government to their plight and condition. The second reason we formed this organization was to solicit funds from the United States and other bigger economies through non-profit charities so that we can channel those funds to find ways to help our colleagues where we could. The focus of our organization really at that time was critically to focus on where the problems were, especially with the wounded and the disabled, and to find vocational skills training to help them develop certain skills so that they are employable. But at the center of it all, like I mentioned earlier, was actually to draw attention to these issues and to ensure that government pays attention to their welfare.
Giving an overview on the way forward for SLESAO to ensure the betterment of the livelihood of ex-servicemen and women in Sierra Leone, retired Captain Josiah assured that there are ongoing plans for the organization to work with humanitarian organizations and the government of Sierra Leone to engage their inclusiveness and sponsor them to contribute towards nation building as well as for the improvement of their livelihood.
So way forward is really continuing to raise funds overseas and again work with partners here, especially government entities and non-profitable organizations all over the world who are concerned about the security and stability of our country, to come together and see what they can do to help employ or make employment for ex-servicemen a priority, so that we can alleviate some of the sufferings of men who have suffered for this country, who have fought for this country, and who continue to struggle.
The vice chairman of the Sierra Leone Ex-Service Association overseas SLESAO, retired Major Dr. Matthew S. Kamara, told Star News that SLESAO is a non-governmental and profitable organization. Retired Major Dr. Kamara disclosed plans to restructure the system to work in collaboration with those in the diaspora so as to facilitate their inclusiveness in promoting their livelihood and the association in general.
Organization is a non-profit organization that is non-political, and within this organization we are trying to make sure that whatever resources we're able to collect, we're able to come utilize here and help our brothers and sisters who are ex-service personnel. With what we have formed, we're trying to make sure that if we come together, we reorganize the organization. And after that, we try to have structures, because leadership and management should work together. But with us coming, we've created an awareness, and they are ready to work with us. And from there, we're able to make sure we're trying to have a compiled list of all our ex-servicemen and women in the country, or the nation. Then from there, we try to see how best we can engage the government and try to help our people, how they can be able to have jobs and other things where necessary.
SLESAO, which is composed of ex-servicemen and women in the diaspora, operating as an affiliate body to ex-servicemen and women in Sierra Leone, has also responded to the clarion call of the government in Sierra Leone to support the lives of the disaster-affected survivors. Compiled by Wahida Sesay, this is Eric Silas Kawa reporting for Star News in Freetown, Sierra Leone.